Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. Oh, Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Vasudeva sutam devam kansachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And our reading from the Sannyas Yoga, the 5th Adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and today we will be reading the 16th Shloka. And in this Shloka also Sri Krishna is going to tell us about what happens when the ignorance, ajñāna, gets wiped out by the knowledge, by the jñāna. Because in the previous shloka, Sri Krishna has told us that nādatte kasyachit papam na chaiva sukrutam vibhuhu, the vibhuhu, the omnipresent one, he does not take anyone's papa or sukruta, the demerits or merits of the acts done by people, by the beings. The Almighty, the Lord, he does not any of those things. He is not bothered about it. Ajñānena avrutam jñānaṁ ena mujyanti jantavaha. Jantavaha, the beings, the mortals, they are under this delusion. Mujyanti, they get deluded by what? Ajñānena avrutam jñānaṁ. Knowledge getting veiled by the ajñāna, by the ignorance, with the predominance of Maya. The knowledge getting veiled by ignorance, people get deluded and they think, I am the doer. Otherwise, the one who is sitting inside, the indweller in this citadel of 9 openings, he has got nothing to do with the papa and sukruta, with the demerit and merits of the activities being done by jiva, by the beings. And now in this 16th shloka, Sri Krishna tells, jñānena tu tadñānaṁ yeṣhāṁ nāśhitam ātmanaḥ teṣhām āditya-vaj jñānaṁ prakāśhayati param. Jñānena ajñānaṁ nāśhitam yeṣhāṁ, whose ajñāna, nāśhitam jñānena, whose ignorance gets wiped out, gets destroyed by the knowledge. Jñānena ajñānaṁ teṣhām nāśhitam ātmanaḥ. All those beings whose ignorance is destroyed by knowledge. What happens to them? Teṣhām āditya-vaj prakāśhayati param. Teṣhām āditya-vat. Teṣhām āditya-vat jñānaṁ. in those people, in those beings whose ignorance is destroyed, whose ignorance is wiped out by the knowledge, in those āditya-vaj jñānaṁ prakāśhayati param. Tat param is highest, the highest knowledge, highest understanding, the highest revelation. Āditya-vaj, like the blazing sun. Prakāśhayati, it just shines forth. It starts getting revealed. It comes forth. The people whose ignorance has been destroyed by knowledge. yeṣhāṁ nāśhitam. ātmanaḥ, the beings in whom the ajñānaṁ, nāśhitam, by jñānena, by knowledge. The ignorance is destroyed by knowledge. What happens to those people? That teṣhām āditya-vaj jñānaṁ prakāśhayati tat param. The blazing knowledge, like the blazing sun, gets revealed, comes to forth, comes in the light, comes illumined. The knowledge gets illumined like blazing sun in such people. Shining like the sun, knowledge reveals the supreme in them. The supreme, the ātmanaḥ is revealed in those beings once that veil of ignorance is removed by the knowledge. Once that ignorance is destroyed by knowledge. And shining like the sun, knowledge reveals the supreme in them, in whom ignorance is destroyed by knowledge. The moment knowledge wipes out that ignorance, the knowledge shines forth. No one has to tell this person is enlightened. That person, automatically people start recognizing he is an enlightened person. He is the illumined soul. He is the great soul who has understood what Atman is. He has become merged self with the self. He has got that ātmanaḥ. He has got that self-knowledge. He has understood what is prakriti, what is purusha, what is work, what is merit, what is demerit, all these things. He is the great knower then. Darkness vanishes when the sun rises. Ignorance ceases to be with the dawn of knowledge. As the sunlight reveals things in their true perspective, self-knowledge or Brahma-jñāna posits the reality of Brahman and the evanescence of Prakriti. We enter a dark room. What happens? We put on the light. And only when put on the light, we see the things in their right perspective. Oh, here is table, here is chair. Now I can walk properly. If we don't put on the light, and especially if we are in a place which we are not acquainted with, of course, even in our own home, this happens. When it is pitch dark and we are moving around, we get hit with the table, we get hit with the chair, we just, at times, we can't see the things properly. We are under ignorance. What lies where? We may have some understanding, okay, here is table, here is chair, but when it is pitch dark and we are actually not aware in which room we are, then what happens? We keep on bumping with the things. We are under total ignorance. What is where? We have no clue. Just we switch on the light. What happens? We clearly see the things in their true perspective. We see here is table, we see here is chair, oh here is TV, here is that drawer, and we become aware of things surrounding us. In the same way, that when the knowledge dawns, this ignorance, this not understanding the things in their right perspective, the ignorance just vanishes and we start seeing the thing in the truer sense. We start understanding the things in the truer sense. When that light of knowledge dawns, that light of ātmanaḥ dawns, then we start seeing the difference between the real and the unreal. Then we start understanding what is Purusha, what is Prakriti. Then we start understanding what is karma. What is karma which is being done with the motive, and karma being done without any motive, without any self-interest. Because once that knowledge dawns, no self remains. Then whatever we do is for the entire creation. Whatever activity we get into is, there is no evil, there is no merit, there is no demerit in it. It is just doing the work for karma's sake. For the sake of the karma, we have to do it. We do it sincerely, wholeheartedly, dedicatedly, knowing fully well that it is the Lord's work. Although Lord says it is not even my work. But having got into this entanglement of the Prakriti, having taken birth in this body, we have to do the work. We cannot escape it. But when we have to do this work, when we cannot escape it, why not start doing that work with the attitude, with the understanding that I am just an instrument. The Almighty, the creation is using my body, my senses, my intellect, my mind in getting that work done. That's it. That is my role in it. Once the work gets over, I have no ownership on that. I'm not worried what is the fruit that is going to come to me. Let Prakriti enjoy that fruit. If Lord has given up the ownership, if the Lord tells it is because of the Prakriti that this work is getting done, let Prakriti enjoy that benefit or that merit or demerit, whatever it is. I am no way concerned about it. So this is what Sri Krishna is teaching us in this Sannyasa Yoga. This is how we can actually renounce from getting into the self-motivated work, in getting into work with motive on, with the focus on the fruits of the work, with the motive on what I am going to get out of it. Let us not do our activities, our works with any of the selfish interest, with any of the selfish motives, with any focus on the fruits of the karma. In a totally detached manner, let us perform the work. This is what Sri Krishna is telling us, teaching us by way of what is the actual sannyasa. Not running away from the work that Arjuna has been doing. And that's what Sri Krishna is teaching Arjuna, and Sri Krishna is teaching us to do the work. With this understanding, I am not the doer. Let that knowledge dawn, let that ignorance be wiped out, and then that person, then that enlightened soul, he will just sparkle in this creation like sunlight. Let that sunlight dawn. So that was Sri Krishna's teaching to us in this 16th shloka of what happens when the ignorance gets destroyed by knowledge. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Ma. Jai Swami.